So I was playing some Game Gear games recently, and I wanted to make a list of 10 that I thought were really cool, so let's check them out right now. So here is Gunstar Heroes. And I'm gonna plug in my controller here. It's in Japanese. So they did a pretty good, faithful transition to the Game Gear with Gunstar Heroes. As you can see, it runs quite well. Alright, so that's the first one. Alright, this is Master of Darkness. It reminds me of Castlevania. Very similar to Castlevania. They even have like stuff hidden in the walls. Even the stairs are pretty similar. So yeah, if you're looking for a similar game to Castlevania, this one's does the job quite well. Let's move on to the next. Next up, we got Tails Adventure, which is almost kind of like a puzzle game, I guess. You can throw bombs and stuff, apparently. Tails is Bomberman. So it's a much slower paced game, much more slower paced game compared to the usual Sonic games. Wow. But from what I played of it, it seems pretty fun, almost like a puzzle game. So that is Tails Adventure. Let's move on to the next. Next up, we got Ristar. Ristar, 1995. This game is pretty graphically impressive. Planet Flora. So it's kind of like the, similar to the Sega Genesis version. Jumping around, crawling. You can like spin on these things. Whoa. Whoa. But yeah, I think you get the idea. Quite impressive. Woo! 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 So yeah, that is Ristar. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we got Sylvan Tale. This game is also very graphically impressive. Has some of the best music I've heard on this device so far. So it's almost like an action RPG. It's kind of similar to Secret of Mana. Honestly, probably one of the best RPGs on here. You'd have to get it translated though, like a translated ROM of the game, because I don't think it came out in North America. But yeah, that's just a sneak peek of that. Let's move on to the next. Next up, we got Shining Force 2, The Sword of Hyjah. Basically another Shining Force type game. Strategy RPG. But basically, yeah, it's a strategy RPG, just to give you an idea. On to the next. And then next we have Dragon Crystal. It's basically a game like where you walk into enemies and then it like auto attacks. And then when you move around the trees, then it opens up. So exploration, action RPG, I guess. And it seems like it's randomly generated because I played this earlier and now the layout's different. So I wonder if it's different every time, which would be kind of cool. Whoa. Whoa, this thing's like following me. But yeah, I think you get the idea. Almost like a random dungeon crawler type of game. And now I'm poisoned. But you get the idea. On to the next. This is Puyo Puyo 2. Basically, there's a whole crap ton of these style Puyo games. This is just a really good version on the Game Gear. Eat it. But yeah, that's essentially Puyo Puyo 2, just to give you an idea. On to the next. And the last game I got for you guys is Crystal Warriors. This is another kind of Shining Force style game. It's a strategy RPG. And from what I played of it, it seems pretty fun, so wanted to add it to the list as it seems pretty promising. So you get your... oh, you can use spells too. So you got your attackers here, you know, similar to almost like Advance Wars kind of thing. And the graphics are really nice, and oh, here's a spell. The animation's kind of like Fire Emblem. And then you can go into battle here. It doesn't end, like you can keep going. So you can cast a spell or battle. And it says you tame the monsters, so you can collect monsters. But yeah, that's essentially what I wanted to show you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Game Gear games that I thought were really cool, that I checked out recently, and thought you'd like them too. So if you like this video, please consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.